Welcome, everyone, to our virtual co-working and editing events. I am Coral Sands, author and your host for today's writing event. To keep myself accountable, I love writing events. I want to warn you, though, when I host, I post prompts followed by short bursts of break time so we can really get in a lot of writing. Think of this as a 1-hour marathon of writing or editing. And this will be live on Twitch and YouTube. But you can feel free to watch the video on demand afterwards, so you can pause if you need more time. This one is definitely, you're going to want to watch the VOD and pause and everything else, just like last week. All right, during our short breaks, I feature Adoption Corner. This week, we feature Elvis and Lulu, two bonded senior bunnies. And if you're in the Chicagoland area, For Angels Animal Sanctuary has many rabbits, just like Elvis and Lulu here, looking for families to take on these special buns. So please go to furangelsas.com to submit an application today. We have an exciting announcement. We've released our first album of lo-fi music on Patreon. So if you want to listen to any of the songs that you hear in our stream, stop by my Patreon for access to the songs anytime. First song is posted, so go to patreon.com/sandswriter. All right, now let's talk about upcoming events. In July, we are going to do rewriting and editing and stuff like that. But we do also have some really big write-in events as well. So July 5th through the 7th is going to be the Global Writing Crawl, which is on Discord. And then this July 7th, we'll have our regular write-in event. And then July 12th through the 16th is the OHOW Twitch event, which is the one where we raid from streamer to streamer for like 50 hours straight. And it's really awesome. And so definitely a event that you are not going to want to miss. I do have a streaming slot in there. And once I have the slot, I will update the schedule to reflect that additional day. I think I picked a Saturday because the Sunday was already taken. So, all right. And then July 21st is our regular streaming day. And then in August, we'll be working on world building, which will be so much fun. I love world building, and that is really going to be something that you're not going to want to miss. So I do post all of our upcoming events in our Facebook group called the Rabbit Riding Retreat. And I've left a link in the description if you want to join us. It's June, and that means it's time for hashtag aim editing. I hope this is a quick 1-hour session. Will give you all the tools you need to edit your story. So don't hesitate, as I mentioned before, to watch the VOD and pause where needed. For this editing season or session, we will assume that you put your work on progress to the side for at least 1 month, which is step 1. And then step 2 is that you should read through your draft as a reader, making notes, like which sections feel too slow or any comments that jump to your mind while reading, like if you like it or anything that comes to mind. Reading aloud is highly recommended, as you can catch many things when you do that. Next, step 3, I like to do a reverse outline. Not what you meant to write, but what did you actually write? So this is different than your first outline that you do, and it is good. This is last week I did work on Pheland, and this week I am doing work on Project Falling For. We're not sure what the title is going to be. Maybe Falling for Him. Who knows? Last week was a fantasy-based story, and this one is a contemporary LGBTQIA love story. All right. So for when you're outlining, I want you to include the following things. 1, write what happened in the main plot and any subplots that are important. 2, write what was the consequence of what happened. 3, why does it matter to the main character? 4, include the realization that the main character makes through the course of the scene. And last, because of the realization, include what might happen next. And so the main character does this. And that'll make sure that your events or your chapters are leading into each other, and it's not just like a chapter here, a chapter there, and then they could be really anywhere, and stuff like that. But making it so that you have your realization, and the and so really does help make it so that one chapter leads into the next one, and that there's a reason for it. All right, so I love this stuff. So we're going to start with prompt 1, 5 minutes on the clock, and reverse outline chapter 1. Let's do it. What happened? All right, that ding means it's just time for a quick break. For our breaks, we enjoy the adorable Elvis and Lulu, who are two bunnies that are available for adoption through For Angels Animal Sanctuary. They are the adorable bonded pair. Elvis is a 5-year-old lion head dwarf mix. That's the one with the hair that's kind of going crazy. And Lulu is a 2.5-year-old Netherland dwarf. It is a bonded pair, and they're both very tiny and very friendly. They're good eaters and love treats and pass time binking around the room and running through tunnels. They both need a little bit of work on their litter box training, but they try. And they are both altered and microchipped, and we're really excited. They're just super cute and available for adoption through furangelsas.com. If you're in the Chicagoland area, these adorable bunnies are looking for forever homes. All right. We love the bunnies, and they're going to keep us company while we go through the rest of this break. Don't forget to click save if you haven't already, and it's time to hydrate. If you have water or drink your coffee. Now let me talk about what we're going to do for our next prompt. Our next sprint, we're going to highlight action, dialogue, exposition, descriptions, and thoughts. We're going to use a different color for each. So highlight your action, dialogue, exposition, description, and thoughts, and this will help you visually see the variation in your paragraphs. If you have too much of one thing, it might slow down your pacing or might feel boring. Feel free to pause the VOD and come back to this so you can do this for the whole first chapter. I'm only going to do a partial here, so that way you can kind of get an idea of how this works. All right. Deep breath, and let's do this. 10 minutes on the clock. We're gonna highlight this one, this color. Maybe make my text black so we can see this a little better. All right, that's better. All right. Want this. I keep clicking the wrong thing. Exposition, we definitely should do maybe a green. Okay. This is going to be that. Right, this is action. What do we do for action? Oh, that's the purple. Then we have our exposition. To the green. Let's add in some more text because I ran out of text to do. All right. Now washed back with a huge grin. Oh, this is supposed to be this one. This one. And that noise means it's time for our break. And let's go over to our adorable Elvis and Lulu. They are here to give us something cute to look at while we take our break. It's time to relax a little bit. So I know that we're going from one sprint to the next sprint pretty quickly, and so these breaks are just as important. Kind of move those muscles a little bit, and if you're, in the same position, if you're crouched or whatever, get your posture better. All right. All right. Shake out those wrists. You stretch out those arms. We're going to dive into dialogue next, which is really exciting. The question that I want you to ask yourself is, does your dialogue provide information? Does it advance the plot, or does it reveal characters? If it does not do one of those three things, you either need to A, cut it, or B, rewrite it so that it does one of those three things. And so what we're going to do in the next 10 minutes is we're going to review our dialogue, and we're going to consider, does it provide information, advance the plot, or reveal the characters? And if it doesn't do one of those three things, we're either going to cut it or we're going to rewrite it so that it does one of those three things. All right. So for prompt number 3, we're going to spend the next 10 minutes reviewing our dialogue. And this is the same dialogue that I had for the previous sprint, so you might recognize some of it. We're going to read it out loud while we do this activity. Review our dialogue. All right. So, beginning part, it technically wasn't their book, so Nell shouldn't be nervous, and they shouldn't be sneaking around the mall trying to get a peek at the size of the crowds that showed up for Quan Lee's funny and poignant memoir, Running From Me. Now, Rachel didn't know they were in stealth mode. All right, so does it provide information, advance the plot, or reveal the characters? Right now, they are getting their attention, and so they are advancing the plot here a little bit. And then the next one is Nell put a finger to their lips to readjust their view. Rachel was their best friend, the most beautiful person they knew inside and out. Rachel was the type of person that stuck out in the crowd due to her being 6 foot, slim model build, and fashionable clothes. A stark difference to the 5'5" weeby dork that most would describe Nell as. They were more likely to be wearing a t-shirt and jeans with sneakers than anything considered fashionable. Rachel moved to stand behind Nell as if they would give them a better view. "What on earth?" Rachel said with humor on her perfectly painted lips. All right, so the what on earth? I think this says a lot about her. She's like, what is going on? What is going on? You know, she's like trying to figure out what Nell is doing. And then Nell says, "I can't see nothing." And so then she asks, "Why don't you go in? No one knows you. You're just a regular eager reader interested in Kwan's book." So again, this is advancing the plot. Rachel wants to know, what is Nell doing? Why aren't they going in? What could possibly be holding them back? And then Nell's going to explain next here. "Kwan knows me, and I don't want to take away any attention from his fans. Maybe you could go in and secretly take a photo for me?" Nell gave their famous adorable pout, which worked on everyone. Again, this is advancing the plot for sure. And this is kind of also giving a clue into Nell's personality. They would rather be back in the background instead of being all about them. They want to make sure that this day is all about Quan Lee. And so this is very important for them. And but they're curious. They're curious about what's going on. And so they're curious in that way. That's why they want Rachel to go in and secretly take a photo. So she says, fine. She walks further into the store looking around. Nell waited near some chairs in the middle of the mall, pretending their phone was way more interesting than the bookstore standing in front of them. Today was the debut of Nell's 3rd ghostwritten book, and they had a bit of a tradition to always show up and support the author. But not in this way. They just wanted to see the smile on the faces, knowing they helped make that happen. All right, so we have, let's go ahead and get some more writing here. So, from happen. Okay, so Nell watched Rachel walk back out with a huge grin. "What's with the smile?" Nell asked. So again, I'm thinking this is going to give us a clue into what's going on inside the bookstore. So we're advancing the plot here. "What's with the smile?" Nell asked. "Nothing. I just saw someone we both know in there." And then who? So this is definitely where we're going through and we're advancing the plot. They saw someone in there, and Rachel texted photos to Nell. Nell's jaw dropped seeing their other friend Andre chatting away with Quan. Nell would never admit it, but their heart fluttered each time they saw Andre. What is he doing here? So again, we're trying to figure out, Nell's trying to figure out what is their other friend doing here, because they weren't expecting Andre to be there. "Ask him yourself. Here he comes." Rachel's smile went from ear to ear. She pointed at the towering athletic Andre, who walked out of the store wearing his standard workout attire. He must have been running errands before heading to the gym. The man was obsessed with racquetball and went every day. He smiled, seeing them both. "Andre, what a surprise," Nell said. "I think you've ruined my surprise," Andre said to Rachel. So these two sentences definitely give a peek into Nell was not expecting Andre to be there. So again, we're advancing our plot here. "I think you've ruined my surprise." So now we have a surprise going on. So we wonder what is the surprise. And Rachel said, I would never. Rachel said back, plus they were duly surprised. And Rachel stuck out her tongue. So again, this is going to be a little peek into Rachel's personality here a little bit, but we're still advancing this plot here. We're moving forward. Well, I might as well give this to you now. He passed a bag from the bookstore over to Nell. Nell took the bag, their heart's still beating fast. So maybe now we get to see what the surprise is. What's this for? Dual present, really, he says, smiling, showing off his perfectly straight teeth. Now Nell opened the bag, and he recognized the blue cover with the silhouette of a runner in pride colors. They took out the hard copy of Juan's book, and Nell looked at Andre and at the back of the book. They opened it. Inside, it was signed with the inscription, without you, this book would still be a dream. Thank you deeply, Quan Lei. So I think this is definitely, this inscription is a huge plot, definitely going towards the plot, and also going in to a little bit about who Nell is. Without Nell, the book would be a dream. So this is a little clue into Nell's background, and what Nell is doing there is trying to sneak and see how the crowds are and things like that. So Nell could feel tears threatening to appear, and they cleared their throat. Thank you. So this was really a special thing for Nell to get. They really appreciated the gesture from their friend Andre. So, ghostwriting. This book was truly a labor of love, as Quan and Nell shared similar backgrounds. Coming from strict conservative families with lots of expectations, they're both kicked out at 16. And for Nell, it was because of being non-binary, and for Quan, it was because he was gay. Quan struggled much like Nell, but he kept his eyes on his dream, which he achieved when he won his first gold medal in the, meter race in the World Championships. We'll have to leave that for later. And again, he was selected to represent Team USA in the Olympics. His dream was shattered when he broke his leg in a freak accident that should have ended his career. But instead, he found training new up-and-coming runners, kept him out of depression, and found his passion in training others. He now trains Olympians and is quite happily married to his partner of 10 years, as well as expecting twins via in vitro and surrogacy. What a sweet gift, Rachel said, pulling Nell from their thoughts. But also don't think we forgot about your birthday, Andre said. So we have another clue into what's about to happen. We have apparently Nell's birthday's coming up. So that's right. You're going to love it, Rachel said. So she has, Nell has supportive friends, and they are really excited about this upcoming birthday. This is so much already, Nell uttered, holding the book to their chest. So this is a peek into Nell's personality again. They don't ask for much. They are happy with this symbolic gesture of friendship, and really that was a lot already. But Andre explains that was just accomplishing what will probably be yet another bestseller. Okay, so how did doing the dialogue go for you? Now that we're in our break, we have a opportunity to really take in all of the things that we did already. We've done so many different things. First, doing our reverse outline. Second, doing the highlighting of the various things that are going on in our books. And then 3, reviewing the dialogue, ensuring that each part of the dialogue does something important. And so now we are coming up to another really important step, and we get to do that. But first, we are going to enjoy our bunnies. We have Elvis and Lulu keeping us company here. They are available for adoption through For Angels Animal Sanctuary, which is a Chicago-based foster-based rescue. And they are really amazing. They have all types of animals, including rabbits, and everything from fish to ferrets to dogs and cats and rabbits and guinea pigs and all types of things. So, and all types of animals. So I really like them because they give us an opportunity to really see different types of animals. All right, so what are we going to do for our next ones? We are going to do words like that, really, very, up, down, bit, maybe, might, many, few, perhaps, and more can be removed without affecting the meaning and should be deleted or replaced. So for prompt 4, we are going to remove weasel words or crutch words. And this is going to be hard because we need to be aware of certain phrases we say a lot. Okay. Take a deep breath. Let's do this. Okay. It technically wasn't their book, so now shouldn't be nervous. I'm thinking definitely need a comma here. Now shouldn't be nervous. And they shouldn't be sneaking around the mall trying to get a peek at the size of the crowds that showed up for Quan Lee's funny and poignant memoir, Running From Me. Now, Rachel didn't know they were in stealth mode. Nell put a finger to their lips and readjusted their view. Rachel was their best friend and the most beautiful person they knew inside and out. Rachel was the type of person that stuck out in a crowd due to her being... all right. Let's say instead of due to her being, because. Was the type of person, instead of that, let's do who stuck out in a crowd because she was 6 foot, slim model build, 6 foot, with a slim model build, and fashionable clothes. A stark difference from the 5'5" weeby dork that most would describe Nell as. They were more likely to. They were likely to wear a t-shirt and jeans. They were likely. Oh, I like more likely. Wear a t-shirt and jeans. Than anything fashionable. We can take out considerate here. Rachel moved to stand behind Nell. As if. This sentence is a little awkward. Rachel moved to stand behind Nell as if they would give them a better view. as if that would give you say two. Rachel moved to stand behind Nell to give her a better view of what Nell was looking at. Poor Earth, Rachel said with humor on her perfectly painted lips. I can see nothing, Nell said. Why don't you go in? No one knows you. You're just a regular eager reader interested in Fawn's book. Fawn knows me, and I don't want to take away any attention from his fans. Maybe you can go in and secretly take a photo for me. Nell gave their famous adorable pouch, which worked on everyone. Fine. Rachel walked further into the store looking around. Nell waited near some chairs. Nell waited near chairs in the middle of the mall, pretending their phone was way more interesting than the bookstore standing in front of them. Today was the debut of Nell's third ghostwritten book, and they had a bit of a tradition. They had a tradition to always show up to support the author, but not in an obvious way. They just wanted to see the smile on their faces, knowing on fans' faces, knowing they helped make happen, knowing they helped make it happen. They just wanted to see the smile on. They wanted to see the smile on fans' faces, knowing they helped make it happen. Now watch Rachel walked back with a huge grin. What's with the smile? Nell asked. Nothing, I just saw someone we both know in there. Ooh. Rachel texted the photos to Nell, and Nell's jaw dropped, seeing their other friend, Andre, chatting away with Mom. Nell would never admit it, but their heart fluttered each time they saw Andre. What is he doing here? Ask him yourself. There he comes. Rachel's smile went from ear to ear. She pointed to the towering athletic Andre, who was walking out of the store wearing his standard workout attire. He must be running errands before heading to the gym. The man was obsessed with racquetball and went every day. He smiled, seeing them both. Andre, what a surprise, Nell said. I think you've ruined my surprise, Andre said to Rachel. I would never, Rachel said back. Plus, they were duly surprised. Rachel stuck her tongue out. Well, I might as well give this to you now. He passed a bag from the bookstore over to Nell. Nell took the bag, their hearts still beating fast. What's this for? Dual present, really? He smiled, showing off his perfectly straight teeth. Nell opened the bag. Nell recognized the blue cover with the silhouette of a runner and pride colors. They took out the hard copy of Fawn's book. Nell looked at Andre and at the back of the book. Nell looked at Andre and back at the book. They opened it. Inside, it was signed with an inscription. Inside, the inscription was signed, "Without you, this book would still be a dream. Thank you deeply, Fawn Lane." Nell looked at Andre. and went back to the book. They opened it and said the description was signed. Without you, this book would still be a dream. Thank you deeply, Conley. Nell could feel tears threatening to appear. Nell could feel tears threatening to appear. Cleared their throat. Thank you. Ghostwriting this book was truly a labor of love, as Quan and Nell shared similar backgrounds, coming from strict conservative families with lots of expectations. With perhaps many expectations. They were both kicked out at 16. For Nell, it was because of being non-binary. For Quan, it was because he was gay. Quan struggled, much like Nell, but he kept his eyes on his dream, which was achieved when he won his first gold medal in the blah 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 meter race in the World Championships, and again when he was elected to represent Team USA in the Olympics. His dream was shattered when he broke his leg in a freak accident that ended his career. That ended his career. Instead, he found training new upcoming runners, kept him out of depression, and found his passion for training others. All right. That ding means it is time for a break with our adorable Elvis and Lulu, and they are going to keep us sane by giving us something adorable to look at. Elvis and Lulu are available for adoption through For Angels Animal Sanctuary, a Chicagoland foster-based rescue. Yay! We love them. They are so cute. And this is going pretty quick. All right. Don't forget to keep yourself hydrated. Excuse me. Drink the coffee if you have it, or tea, or whatever your beverage of choice is. And we will go back into editing after this break. Right now, my fingers are needing a little stretch. All right. My wrists. All right. I hope that you are enjoying our marathon editing here, but remember, you can also check out the VOD afterwards, so that way you can pause anytime you need to. For our last sprint, it's time to fix typos, grammars, and inconsistencies like okay versus OKAE, ebook, where it's uncapitalized versus capitalized, and remove any double spaces after periods. This one pains me to say. It really does. Like, when something is like, we learn it a certain way, it's hard to take it. Even right here, I have a double period right after this one, I think. Oh. Okay. We're gonna do this. It'll be okay. So for prompt 5, typos, grammatical errors, and inconsistencies, and we can continue on working on our weasel words and things like that. All right, 10 minutes. Let's do this. Okay. What a sweet gift, Rachel said, pulling Nell from their thoughts. But also, don't think we forgot about your birthday, Andre said to Nell. That's right, you're going to love it, Rachel said. This is already so much, Mel uttered, holding the book to their chest, comma there. That was just for accomplishing what will probably be yet another bestseller. You still need a birthday gift, and me and Rach came up with it. And I made sure you have no plans, Rachel responded. That's where you're wrong. I have plans. They just include my jammies, the Mandalorian, and my stuffed Grogu. Something you can do any night. We must celebrate the day of Nell's birth, Rachel declared. I'll pick you up at 6 p.m. tonight, and Andre said. He looked at his I'm going to be late for practice. Nell and Rachel watched him walk away. That ass is amazing. Nell elbowed Rachel. Just because you've declared him person non grata doesn't mean I can't look, Rachel smirked. He's a person who should be treated with respect. He isn't a tub of ice cream. If I were a boy, I would be eating all my ice cream off that delicious body. I don't understand why you refuse to see. He obviously likes you. No, he doesn't. We're friends. And I wouldn't do anything that could get in the way of that. Plus, I'm not a boy either. And he definitely has a type. That is very much not me. Why all the drooling lately? Blah, blah, blah. You're so gorgeous, blah, blah, blah. Boys on the dating apps are so boring. And I keep finding pretty boys with not much going on other than looks. It's such a turnoff. What about you? Nell shrugs. Apps aren't my thing either. And it's not like I have a ton of opportunities to meet anyone. I only hang out with you and Andre. Maybe tonight. Maybe you will tonight. I can't come, but I promise you will. But promise me you will try to get out of your head and meet people. Who knows? Maybe Andre will confess his love to you. Rachel swatted at Rachel again. Such violence. Friends, get it through your horny little skull. Okay, but if he does like you, you can't stop me from doing the I told you so dance. Nell rolled their eyes. Nell looked down at the book they were holding to their chest. Andre was a dear friend. They had met only a few months ago. They had become fast friends, mostly thanks to Andre's insistence on helping Nell. Nell smiled, remembering meeting Andre. More commas. Apparently I have a verse of commas. Rachel and Nell were sweating their asses off trying to finagle the couch into the apartment when Nell first moved in. Another comma. Andre not only helped, no comma, but insisted on carrying the rest of their large, heavy items during the move-in. Right. Andre. Okay. So maybe Andre helped and insisted on carrying the rest of their large, heavy items during the move-in. Since then, he's been a fixture in Nell's life. Well, I gotta get back to work, Nell said suddenly. Definitely missing a comma there. Rachel rolled her eyes. You just wrote a book. No relaxation, no time off. Apparently, I'm taking the night off, and I want to get this draft fixed. Something just isn't right about it. Okay, fine. But I want pics of tonight. Deal. When Nell got home, they spent a few hours working on their writing until their phone dinged. Nell took out their cell. Andre, don't get too distracted with writing. We have plans at 6 p.m. Shiitake. Nell took off their headset, saved their work, and then headed into the bathroom to take a quick shower. Then headed into the bathroom. Then went into the bathroom to take a quick shower. After drying off, they slipped on some dark jeans. They stood looking through their closet, which wasn't the biggest. Nell took out a couple of shirts and laid them on the bed, looking them over. After a quick eeny, miny, miny, moe, Nell grabbed a Pink Floyd shirt as a knock came at their door. After a quick eeny, miny, miny, moe, Nell grabbed a Pink Floyd shirt as a knock came at their door. I don't know about this. We're going to highlight it and then come back to this because I am not sure about this. A knock came at their door, came to their door, a knock came on their door as, I don't know. Let's keep moving. Nell walked over to the door, putting on their shirt as they went. They opened the door. Andre smiled. Your shirt is perfect. You ready to go? Nell nodded, but inside they were as nervous as this morning. They were nervous. Nell nodded, but inside they were nervous as this morning, but for a different reason. After Nell locked their apartment, Andre put his arm around Nell and walked to the bus stop while Andre talked about his racquetball session with his friends earlier in the day. Nell was trying to pay attention, but his arm was distracting them, and they thought back to what Rachel said earlier. Nell could feel their cheeks get pink. Definitely a comma here. Andre put his arm around Nell and walked to the bus stop. Andre talked about his racquetball session with his friends earlier in the day. Nell was trying to pay attention, but his arm distracted them. And they thought back to what Rachel said earlier. Nell could feel their cheek had said what Rachel had said earlier. Nell could feel their cheeks get pink. You okay? Yeah, just the heat. Yeah, that's why I'm glad the courts are indoors. I couldn't imagine trying to play in this heat. Nell nodded, but they couldn't help but be thankful when Andre removed his arm when the bus arrived. All right, let's go back to this one. After a quick eeny, miny, miny, moe, Nell grabbed a Pink Floyd shirt as a knock came to their door. Nell grabbed a Pink Floyd shirt as a knock came to their door. On their door? As a knock came on their door. Nell grabbed a Pink Floyd shirt. I think this one needs a just as a knock came on their door. Just as a knock. We will have to wait until next time to figure out this. Time is up. And that means we just completed a 1 hour of editing marathon. Fantastic work, everyone. During our next event, We are streaming Sunday, July 7th at our regular time, 11 a.m. Central, for a 1 hour editing marathon on Twitch and YouTube. We'll keep editing our works in progress. We may even do some rewriting. So it'll be pretty interesting to see where we go and where we get. And remember, even if you don't make your goals, you were attempting to put in an effort to write a little bit every day, and that is amazing. If you want to keep in touch, you can join our Facebook group, which is the Rabbit Writing Retreat. And before I go, I must thank our amazing producer, David McGinnis. I couldn't do any of this without him. Not only that, he also created the music that you heard during the stream. We have a link to my Patreon if you want to listen to the music at any time. Now, the description includes links to all of my social media. If you would like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. There we go.